Marianne Bailey is the Program Officer for Technical Assistance and Capacity Building at the Secretariat of the Minamata Convention on Mercury. Prior to joining the Secretariat earlier this year, Marianne was the Deputy Director for Global Affairs and Policy at the United States Environmental Protection Agency. She was a U.S. negotiator for the Minamata Convention and has been involved in the United Nations Environment Program Global Mercury Partnership from its inception, including as its chair. Marianne worked in Mali with women's groups on agriculture and nutrition projects as a Peace Corps volunteer, for the Renewable Energy Institute, and for the U.S. House of Representatives. She holds a Master of Public Administration degree from Syracuse University's Maxwell School and a degree from Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service. Please welcome Marianne Bailey.
Hello to all the participants, judges, and viewers of the Artisanal Mining Grand Challenge. I would like to thank Conservation X Labs and all its partners for creating this challenge and for inviting me to play this small part of it. This challenge has brought you together to help transform the artisanal and small-scale mining sector throughout the world. Why does transforming ASM matter? Well, recent months have taught us many things, including the danger of taking ecosystems for granted and the danger of ignoring how vital they are for human health. This challenge shines a needed spotlight on deforestation, habitat loss, water pollution, and toxic exposures that can result from ASM done under the wrong conditions. At the same time, ASM is a tremendously important means of building wealth in mining communities. As one of the challenge vision statements says, innovations to improve the ASM sector mean better tools, better pay, and better lives for 100 million people that rely on income from artisanal and small-scale mining. This includes the approximately 40 million people directly earning their livelihoods from ASM. As you all know, the miners and their communities are hardworking, strong, creative, and very knowledgeable about markets. They are not seeking aid. What they need is for their vulnerabilities to be reduced so they can support their families safely and sustainably, and for the illegal actors to be held accountable. I spent a good part of my career working on policy solutions to the rampant use of mercury in artisanal and small-scale gold mining, or ASGM. Before the Minamata Convention on Mercury was negotiated, there were some amazing people and organizations working on improving ASM, including many of you participating here today. The experts knew artisanal gold mining was a big source of mercury emissions that polluted mining communities and nearby cities, and that circulated globally in the atmosphere. But it was only after many organizations and stakeholders came together that we found it to be the largest global source of mercury use and emissions. ASGM accounts for over a third of total global human-caused emissions of mercury, and the implications for human health are enormous. The Minamata Convention on Mercury is the first new multilateral environmental agreement in over a decade, and it was the first to explicitly address an informal sector of the economy. The International Labor Organization estimates that 90% of total employment in low-income countries is in informal sectors. The convention fits into global efforts to advance the transition from the informal to the formal economy and to advance sustainable development. In crafting the convention, negotiators recognized the vast income-generating aspect of the sector for over 15 million miners and their families. They did not want to prescribe rules that would not be followed or that would drive informal mining practices further from the reach of technical assistance solutions. So they created a flexible approach that requires countries impacted by ASGM to work to bring mining communities into formalized frameworks that allow the delivery of technical assistance and supply chain improvements, eliminate worst practices, address the needs and vulnerabilities of women and children, and foster the growth of site-specific solutions. And this is where all of you fit in. I am so inspired by the 11 finalists. Like the miners, you are hardworking, strong, creative, and very knowledgeable about markets, and you clearly have a passion for your work. Thank you for adding your ideas and talents to global efforts to protect the environment and human health and improve conditions for the world's artisanal and small-scale mining communities. When the world builds back better, let's make sure an improved ASM sector is a driver. Let's build back smarter. Let's build back with equity, health, and well-being as our guides. And let's all get on board with getting these tools out in the field and into the hands of those who can put them to use. Congratulations to all of you.